Those Damn Ross Kids is a podcast for adults, and the opinions expressed do not reflect the opinions of our employers or even ourselves. We'd like to hear from you. Give us a call at 419-528-TDRK to leave a voicemail, and we just may play it on the show.
Just getting back to normal.
Back to normal? What do you mean?
From my colonoscopy.
Oh, yeah, you had a camera shoved up your butt.
Mm-hmm. And then I was deadly ill for 3 days.
Oh, from having a camera up your butt.
No, I was really ill.
Oh. Huh.
Yeah. I had like 103-degree fever.
Jesus. Did your body sense an invader and it was trying to fight it off?
Yeah, it rounded and it circled the horses.
Yeah, circled the wagons, you mean?
No.
Oh.
What pulls the wagons, Cole?
Oxen?
That's right.
Those Damn Ross Kids, a conversation between brothers, featuring Kris and Kole Ross.
Oh, man, so I was right about the anesthesia, wasn't I?
Good sleep.
Man, it's like... okay, so sleep is really, really hard for me to get. Okay?
You don't understand it?
Yeah, it's kind of like
woman.
It's kind of like women, libertarianism, and let's just say a love of the outdoors
and dessert.
Yeah, I'm not much of a dessert guy. Like,
no.
Like if somebody puts a piece of cake in front of me, like I'll be like, oh, cool, and like, okay, I'll enjoy it, but just kind of like I'm not satisfied afterward. I don't feel like I've entirely grasped the concept. But no,
he usually says, "What the fuck is that?
What the fuck is this?" And they're like, Cole, put down the knife.
What do you want me to jam this in my vagina?
Cole, you're confused. And then after 6 or 7 policemen exhaust themselves trying to subdue me, I eventually just eat the cake.
Hey, Cole.
What is that music?
I don't know.
Huh. Weird. I think that's radio noise. Tell me, you said, hey, Cole, for a reason, I think.
Hey, Cole, I don't know what's going on.
What do you mean?
There's just music playing, and I don't know where it's coming from.
I think that we've hit like a pivotal moment in the movie. I'm not editing this, so keep on talking.
You played music.
No, I didn't. You played music.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I'm so excited.
We'll let the listeners decide.
Cole, there were Spanish speaking in front of it.
Weird. We're being haunted by.
The fuck was that?
We're being haunted by Hispanic ghosts. You can tell by the maracas.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Ghost bandito. Yeah, no, so yeah, I think the only 2 times I've ever been properly asleep were for my endoscopy and for my wisdom tooth removal. And that's time travel.
I'm still trying to deal with the music.
Okay, that's fine.
Sorry.
Do you remember waking up in the middle of your operation to fight the person who was doing the operation on you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, right?
Yep.
It's kind of like, oh, man. And then after the 6 or 7 police officers exhausted themselves trying to subdue me, I went back down and they went back to scoping out my insides.
Now I understand why they stamp replica in the sides of the blades. Not so good for fighting with.
So like a big source of anxiety for me is like anything that reminds me that the human body is just a machine. You know? I live inside my head so much, I'm so internalized, so up my own ass that like if I get sore or if like there's something physically wrong with me, like, oh wait, it's something bad, just something that reminds me just that I'm like a machine that's made out of meat and bone and viscera and mucous membrane and various chemicals and things like that. Like I it's kind of like if I got an especially deep cut on my arm and I saw circuitry, and then everything just starts like getting, my vision kind of slims down a little bit, gets down to the black edges with the pinpricks, and then it's like, oh god, oh god, oh god, the camera starts to circle, and I'm like just out of my depth. Are you the same way?
Yeah, I'm always out of my depth.
Oh man, like a toddler without his water wings.
You're in too deep.
You're in too deep. Pull up. Hey, Chris, what episode is this?
Episode number 122 of the comedy podcast, Those Damn Ross Kids.
My name is Kole. Your name is?
I'm Chris.
As I said at the beginning, and we're here to entertain your asses at a very high-pitched volume. Oh, man, we generally tell stories here on this program. And, Chris, I would offer you the opportunity to initiate this proceeding. Let's light this candle.
I'm going to pull one that you could probably talk about forever.
Oh, good. Yeah, no, I try to do that for most of them, but I end up running out of steam. Let's see if I can achieve it.
3,500 residents of Sjukan, Norway, and that's my best guess, live in shadow for 5 months every winter thanks to surrounding mountains that block the sun. Mm-hmm. But this year they'll have at least one cheery spot when the shadows start to descend in September. The town square will be lighted via huge mirrors, which were delivered by helicopters to the mountains earlier this month. Sunlight will bounce off the 538 square feet of surface area provided by the three mirrors to light a 2,000 square foot circle in the town square, which the city is turning into an ice skating rink.
That seems to be counterintuitive.
Doesn't make much sense.
Doesn't make much sense at all. Continue.
Yeah. Dubbed Mirror Project.
Yeah, that's just because that's what Microsoft Word defaulted the file name to.
It only cost $835,000.
Hey, if it saves most of the government staff from committing suicide due to seasonal affective disorder, then it is a net positive, from paying out the benefits and whatnot.
Sam I, the industrialist who founded this city when he put his hydroelectric factory there, wanted to install mirrors almost 100 years ago, but couldn't carry out the plan due to limited technology. He built a cable car up the mountains instead.
to go visit the sun
and
come back?
Who wants to go to the sun?
Who wants to go above ground for a moment? That's crazy. So we just now have the means to do this. It's like the opposite of Mr. Burns. Think about
which is
it.
why I thought you'd like it.
Think about it. No, that's great. Like things get really weird up around the Arctic Circle. You get those 30 days of night with the vampires running around.
Oh yeah, no, I got you.
Yeah. That happens. Yeah, no, I say seasonal affective. It's the middle of the summer here, but I'm already planning for it.
Pop a quick S on that, son.
So we know that it's filled with the solar. Yeah.
It's all you can do.
It's all you can do just to stay alive. Yeah, no, I think that eventually in like 10, 30 years, we're all going to have that. I think that once we flatten the Earth, everything is going to be A-okay.
It was Galileo's deal,
Yeah, but then, the Catholic Church was all like, no, the sun isn't the center, we are, and all that. I tried to turn that into a joke, but I just got bitter about science. So, moving on.
Which science says bitter is a taste that you taste when it lacks taste?
Oh, bitter is the lack of taste?
Bitter is a lack of... Bitter has no taste.
Okay, so I was taught in kindergarten that different areas of the tongue tasted different, tastes, right? So there's an area at the front for sweet, there's an area at the left for umami, there's an area at the right for alcohol, and so I'm led to believe that any smooth area of the tongue is lacking taste buds and therefore the bitter center. Is that correct?
That is incorrect. Was this after the unit on phrenology?
It was, but they told me that I had that I had altruistic ridges, so it ended up being okay, I think. I had
Sounds
altruistic
uppity.
ridges. You know what it was? They put a note in my file and they didn't give me my shape card or my shape achievement ring. But that only marked me for about 5 or 6 years. So
It's in your permanent record.
it is still today. I got declined for a credit card because I didn't have my shape ring. I don't know if people know this. Like I always underestimate how universal those like kindergarten, early school experiences are. Like I'll say like, "Oh, my achievement ring," and they're like, "What?" But then other people will, and they're not necessarily from the same areas. It was like achievements for knowing. Achievements. Yeah, it's like Xbox 360 achievements for like, passing various benchmarks. Right.
I suppose. I mean, I don't own one.
Which one didn't you get?
Count 100.
Okay. Did you keep getting distracted at 69 because you were a precocious child?
No.
Okay.
Someone distracted me and I skipped 66.
Oh yeah, Damien.
Valerie Holly.
Bad.
Only black girl in our class.
Yeah, there was always one, wasn't there? Mm-hmm. But that might just be a product of where we grew up.
It was great. On Halloween, I came and they said, "Oh, what are you, Chris, a ghost?" And I said, "Yup," and winked at her.
Jesus Christ. Oh, man.
66.
Did you know that it's deadly to inhale moon dust?
No. I've only ever been to the sun. On cable car.
Yeah, I know, right? After that architect built it 100 years ago, then they uncovered the ancient technology.
Art Vandelay.
Yeah. But he was more of a city planner. But no. Moon dust, because it lacks the atmospheric conditions of Earth dust. Earth dust has wind and water and everything kind of like rounding out the rough edges, whereas moon dust is all jiggity-jaggedy, right?
Sure.
Yeah. So yeah, that is a genuine danger if you're exposed to any kind of moon material. If you start inhaling it, it's kind of like asbestos, right? Well, here's another little known, not little known, maybe a lot of people know it, but I didn't know it. The Apollo 11 moon mission. Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin came back and started punching people, because they said you didn't go there. Turns out that they gathered a bunch of material, but they also gathered 50 space rocks. Okay? 50 space rocks to distribute across the 50 states of the United States. Okay? And the thing is that 11 of them are missing.
Oh, no.
I know, right? Like it's this weird thing. There's supposed to be one for each state, each of them kind of encased in a material so people don't get the black lung and displayed. But 11 of them have been stolen.
Have we checked to make sure that the states are still here?
You know what? It's states that don't really matter. Delaware leading them right now. Someone swiped the Delaware display 37 years ago, so pretty much right after this thing happened. Yeah.
Which is why we can now say that there's nothing to do in Delaware. You used to be able to go see the moon rock.
You can't even grind up a moon rock and inhale it to commit suicide because you're in Delaware. Yeah. So, yep, a little piece of interstellar history is gone. 11 little pieces of interstellar history are gone. I don't know. I think it'd be kind of cool, but I've got my astronaut stew. Which is really just packing peanuts that have been lightly dusted with Cheeto.
Oh my God.
What?
Nothing. You're too much.
You're a card. You're a pistol.
A spoonful of too much.
Yeah, you're a pistol. You're a pill. Huh.
Oh, well.
I don't know.
The Tennessee Department of Health is investigating a complaint after a woman says that a doctor she went to see for back pain gave her an insulting diagnosis.
Hysteria?
Terry Ragland said he went to the doctor. He said, "I know what the problem is." And this is a woman, Terry. Doctor says to her, "I know what the problem is. It's ghetto booty."
Oh, no.
Lady says, "I think I blacked out after he said ghetto booty." What? I think my mind was just stuck on the phrase because I couldn't believe he said that. Raglan said she told the office manager, who apologized, and a few weeks later she got a letter from the doctor saying that he was trying to take a technical conversation regarding her lower back and make it less technical. The medical diagnosis of the woman's condition is called lumbar lordosis. It is an inward curvature of the lower spine. Ghetto booty.
Ma'am, you have an excess of adipose tissue on your posterior. What? Well, it's lumbar mitosis. It is an irregular curvature that is probably causing you some distress. What? Well, okay. So you have an infection of it is an organism that is classified as Donk A donk.
My bad.
Donk A donk.
You have large deposits of the elements we call Donk A donk.
You have both
B-donk and A-donk.
Yeah, you have B-donk not associating, but encroaching from the north, and then A-donk coming in from the southeast. And then in this area.
I also noticed a mild case of stank crotch.
Stank. Oh, no. Yeah. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, that's jungle booty for you. Sorry.
Why'd you say jungle?
I don't know why.
See, it's that kind of check your privilege at the door, Chris.
I don't know why I said jungle booty.
Jeez.
Because I was thinking of jungle crotch.
Oh, the Jungle Book. Book. Girl, you all Mowgli down. I don't even know. I just wanted to say Mowgli.
That is a character.
That is a character from that book.
That book that the story was stolen.
It was stolen?
Yeah, the original author stole the story from someone.
Rudyard Kipling?
Yeah, him.
Yeah, no, he was a real cocksucker. He wrote the whole white man's burden thing.
What does that mean?
Set things back. It was like a poem saying like, hey, you know what? Us white people are real great, and everybody else is like behind us. So it's up to us to go and teach them our ways.
Which is kind of what Christians do.
Yeah, kind of. Which is why they suck.
Christians.
Yeah.
I found a church up the road at Jesus Christ of Latter-day, an LDS church.
Yeah.
Right up the road. I'm thinking about stopping in.
They're around there, Yeah. I forget. Is it them? No, it's the Jehovah's Witnesses that believe that only 177,000 people will make it into heaven.
Is that all?
That's all. So it's real fucked up because like they don't regulate the numbers. So you can be a Jehovah's Witness, believe that only a limited number of believers will get into the kingdom of heaven, and they don't regulate the numbers. So that Venn diagram could be incredibly loose. So you can worship and worship and worship it, but by the very nature of your belief, you won't get in.
Is there no fire code?
There is. It's a very strictly enforced fire code. Yeah. No, and then they don't celebrate birthdays either, and they won't give up their blood, and they won't take blood either. They're like reverse vampires.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Will they exchange other fluids?
They're not Unitarians, Chris. Speaking of matters of the back, there's a man in Boone, North Carolina, who was arrested. A 29-year-old guy named Antonio Yanez, who is being charged with two misdemeanor counts after breaking into a woman's house, thinking it was her friend's. Upon finding out that he that it was the wrong place, he decided to make everything right by offering a back rub.
What?
Oh, come on, just calm down. Let me get up in there. Oh, you've got some knots up here. Oh, it's been a tough, let me see here. No, not day. Not month. A tough week, hasn't it? Just let me get right in there. Oh, man, my associates tell me I have magic thumbs. Just, oh, man, I can feel you tensing up. You're reaching for the phone. Don't call the, oh, hello, officer.
Have you heard I have magic thumbs?
Have you heard that I have magic thumbs?
Who's got magic thumbs?
Who's got two magic thumbs and also has magic thumbs? This guy.
Look, I can hide one. Guess where it is?
Yeah. No, he looks like a real winner.
Watch me pull a thumb out of your ear.
Oh man. Yep. So he was picked up, $4,000 bond, which seems high. Doesn't that seem high?
Not really.
I don't know. He was just trying to make the world a bit more of a magical place. I value that. I value, for as much as I am set in my ways and, somewhat crystallized and in my routines and things like that. You kind of have to value anything that brings a little bit of whimsy and wonder into the world.
I'm a fan of whimsy.
Yeah. I'm happy to hear that. Chris, tell me a story.
Aman Ramazan, dubbed Pakistan's answer to The Price is Right, usually awards washing machines or laptops. But when viewing peaks during the holy month of Ramadan, it has twice offered newborns to winners.
I'm sorry, what?
Yes. They have twice offered newborns to winners of a game show similar to The Price is Right.
Okay.
Also, viewing peaks during Ramadan. The stunts have been roundly condemned, but they may have actually helped save the children who had been abandoned at birth.
Yeah, they probably end up in a harem or something. It's like, oh no, it's a baby girl. We've got let's just put her up on The Price is Right. I will bid 80,000 rubles. And your bid? No, I will do 80,001 rubles. Fuck. Oh, come over here. Put on this garment. Put on this garment.
The host showed off the baby girl to the cameras. He told the audience, "This girl was thrown on a pile of garbage by somebody. See how beautiful and innocent she is." She was the jackpot prize.
As he placed her on a rotating pedestal, got her all sick and upset her tummy.
There you go. Yeah. So, the jackpot prize was then handed over to somebody I can't pronounce her name and his wife, who had struggled to conceive.
Oh, that's good. So, wait a minute. How do they screen that out? Just kind of like, are you infertile? Okay, cool. You can come on this episode because the stakes are mighty high. Like, what if you were just a dude who was thinking he was getting like a Mercedes or something? They don't give out Mercedes. They probably give out like a fucking Ford Fusion or something.
Yep. There's a writer who's commented on this saying it speaks to the commercialization of everything, including religion. Giving away a baby on television is the worst violation of media ethics I can think of. To which I say, come to America. Y'all got satellites?
Yeah. Come over here. It's wicked crazy. We've got Duck Dynasties. That's a show, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what do they do on that show?
Act like rednecks?
They go after ducks, right?
I've never seen it.
I don't know. So, like, there's this whole class of shows that I'm only exposed to by seeing either people talk about it on Facebook or in banner ads.
Or The Soup.
Yeah, or The Soup. Does Joel McHale still do that?
Yes, he does.
Okay. Yeah. Man, I like that Community show. No, but it just speaks to the ever-increasing gulf. Like, there could be, like some kind of, so it would be like TLC that does that, right? Like TLC or some kind of like, what network airs like Extreme Home Makeover, right?
Yeah, that one.
Or Extreme Makeover Home Edition, where it's like, oh, we give you like, just it's entirely designed to make people cry and also feel grateful to our corporate overlords, right? Because they deign to give one family out of a million, some kind of like cheap McMansion or whatever, right?
Yeah,
getting a little bit serious here. I'm sorry, but
waste money on custom mixed paint for the blind family.
Custom. Who gave you Braille paint? if you notice, your house is the complete worst.
Well, we spent all our money on paint, so unfortunately we couldn't cover those holes in the floor in the hallway.
Yeah. But we put up signs. Ooh.
But you'll notice the hallway is decorated in an Indiana Jones motif.
Just to keep it festive and light. No, I wouldn't put it above one of those networks to be like, like seven barren families. They can't conceive, but we can conceive of massive prizes. is sponsored by boom Kroger, boom P&G, boom Sears. It is Get a Baby. Wah.
That's funny. All I can think of is the opening animation for that, and from the right side of the screen, like rolls this smelly cracked egg, and from the left side, you see like a sperm chasing its tail.
And the music is like boom, 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 and like you're like a wood block.
And then it stops, and there's a caption where you can see the sperm say, "Ooh, something shiny." And it goes the opposite direction.
Oh man, fade to white. you dip to white, and you come back in on like a 2-bedroom house, but the 1 bedroom is completely empty. Oh man, sad people are funny.
Husband taking out a 13-gallon garbage bag full of used pregnancy tests.
The wife is making like collages and scrapbooks and putting stuff up on Pinterest. She has like magic markers turning the negative sign into a plus.
That would be an interesting way for a doctor to tell a couple that they're not going to conceive. Like, well, I want you to do a pee test here in the office right now. She says, well, we already did a 13-gallon trash bag full. And he hands her one, and it's like one of those exploding golf balls. When she pisses on it, instead of having 1 line or 2, it says never. And he says, yep, that's right.
It just has like a gravestone. Oh man!
Flip it over. It says, "Whose fault is it?" ? And they look at each other.
Oh man!
For some reason, they call their doctor by his first name, and they say Darren.
Darren. But even though they don't get the grand prize, they get to go home with the home edition of the Blame Game.
You want a pack of Stanley?
I told you those skinny jeans would fuck this up.
Is she dressed in a Frito bag?
Oh man, yeah, I am entirely divorced from the culture. But I'm looking at this here, Chris. We're doing this show on the internet, right?
Sure.
And people are listening to the show on the internet, except for
Hopefully.
I think there are like 750 people. I think Margot died, so it's 749 people that we send the cassette tapes to. Yeah, we send those out, but generally you're probably using the internet, and if the download numbers are truthful, generally you are in America. However, there's bad news because the United States has slipped to the 9th in world internet speed. Okay. Behind Hong Kong, Switzerland, the Netherlands, Latvia, and the Czech Republic. Our internet is like wicked slow.
Do we need more cables?
I think that we need fatter pipes.
Do we need monster cables?
I think that we need gold-plated, gas-infused monster cables with ferrous nodes. Not Ferris Bueller, ferrous nodes.
We need to blow some moon dust in that straw.
Yeah. We need like 7 really brave people to blow moon dust into those nodes to help us finally beat those fuckers in South Korea and Japan.
Latvia.
No, it's those Chechnyan teens like hacking us, making zombie nets and whatnot. And all of this is despite the US's internet speeds going up 27% from the same time last year.
Where's it all going?
I think that in general everybody's getting faster but us.
We have sunken speed.
No, we've risen in speed, but we've not risen as quickly as our competitors. In this modern information economy, Chris, that's my term. In this modern information economy, my term, speed is everything. If you want to get the quickest business decisions out there, if you want to access the cloud, you need fat pipes, and we're falling behind. And I think that more than anything, we have to prioritize our information technology, or else things are gonna. We're behind the Czech Republic. let's take some pride. And people are all like, oh, well, we're a really big country and we're all spread out and we have people. Quit using American exceptionalism as an excuse not to excel. Come on.
White
slow.
men have big shoulders.
I'm just crazy. I don't want the next Latvian I see, I'm going to throw red paint on him. Yeah.
Excuse me, are you Latvian?
Well, I'm Estonian, but close enough. Meh.
I don't know. I don't have a map.
I think they're close.
Close enough.
Close enough. Tell me a story.
Emergency responders arrived at a house in Redding, California to find 59-year-old Gregory Dunn lying in his driveway with multiple stab wounds. Jason Dunn, 27, was standing in the driveway with both of his hands cut off at the wrists.
Oh no.
It's a whodunit.
Okay.
Your Honor, he couldn't have done it. He didn't have hands. Police suspect an argument led to the stabbing. The stabbing was done with scissors. And believe the younger man cut off his own hands using a radial saw.
Did they find a bloody radial saw?
Yes.
Did they? Okay.
One of the neighbors in the neighborhood saw both men being wheeled from the scene into separate ambulances. The first, the son, had a lot of blood, quote, had a lot of blood at the end of his arms, like his hands weren't there. The second, the father, had blood in the upper area. Quote, this is definitely the craziest thing that has ever happened on this street. I should hope so.
Ever? Like, I'm pretty certain that at least, 7 people have died in any given place that I've walked. Ever is a pretty long time.
Well, what held the record before?
I don't know. Somebody who cut off one hand?
I have no idea. Somebody just go dick stabbing through the pumpkin patch?
They're so spherical.
I have no idea.
They're so spherical and smooth.
Warm guts, though.
Yeah, warm guts. I'm just gonna go out there and spread the seed. By which I mean the pumpkin seeds. By which I mean
for
the
her
seed.
pleasure.
Ugh. No. You take them, you put them in some you put them in some oil, and you fry them up. And then you eat them as a pleasant snack. Put a little bit of sea salt on there. We're talking about uteruses, right?
Yeah.
Okay. No, that's awful. That just reminds me of a story like way back when I was doing the college radio show. Doing stories like this just as a way to pass the time, because 2 hours is a really long time to be on live radio. The first story that I really remember digging into was a guy, I believe it was in northern Germany, who beheaded himself by falling on a running chainsaw. Yeah, he set up the chainsaw and he was like, "Okay, I'm going to go for it." Which I don't think that he beheaded himself the entire way, but from the headline, it was really difficult to determine how somebody was able to do this. So was it just a fuck it, let's go for it big sweep? But it was really boring the way that it ended up happening. There were no pulley systems involved.
No, he just started it, set it on the ground, screamed gunga gunga galunga, and then threw himself on it.
At least he's got that going for him. Gunga gunga galunga. Oh man. Yeah. Cutting off your own hands, though.
To each their own.
Kris, a 39-year-old man ruined a contest in Boston. Kiss FM, which a bunch of stations have that. There's a Kiss FM here in Cincinnati. I think that's just a brand name. But Kiss FM in Boston was holding a contest for Taylor Swift's biggest fan. And a dude named Charles was like, "I'm all up in this." And won it. Weeks ago, Charles shot up to the #1 spot after a pic that he posted ended up on a bunch of websites asking for anonymous users to help him meet the 22-year-old singer. His stated goal was to crush the dreams of these girls and to give him a chance to make a complete ass of himself by blatantly just sniffing her hair with the cameras rolling. Yeah. I think this guy's a Redditor. Something like that. Yeah, the radio station came out and said, disappointingly, we have determined that the integrity of the Taylor Swift's Biggest Fan contest has been compromised. In accordance with our contest rules, effective immediately, the contest has been terminated. We apologize to all of our loyal listeners who have participated. Just going to be sniffing all up on that hair.
So they used the grenade theory and just said, hey, I guess since one ruined it, none can have it.
Can you explain the etymology of the grenade theory thing?
Yeah, I mean, just like one person screws up, so everybody in the room dies.
True. No. Okay, so it's one handless man, a bandsaw, an exploded grenade, Taylor Swift, a 39-year-old man, a puddle that's underneath a hanged man, and a bag of corn, a fox, and a chicken. What happened?
Should have hit the 8-iron.
I don't get it.
I don't know. Small things change the course of one's life.
Yeah. 1 million strings attached to every decision we make. We can totally damn ourselves years down the line and not even know it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sniffing all up on that hair.
A former math professor at Eastern Michigan University has been sentenced for murder in that he stabbed his wife to death at their home. Before the stabbing, the professor put killing his wife on a to-do list, later found on his computer. Amid mundane tasks and household chores was the item, kill Kathy, kill Kathy, kill Kathy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
his wife was found with a large kitchen knife in her stomach. Just above kill Kathy was a crossed out buy new kitchen knives.
have kitchen knives sharpened.
Sharpened kitchen knives.
And then in the grocery store context there was buy new tarpaulin.
Nobody knows why he did it.
But they know that he set his mind to it.
But they know he wrote kill Kathy 3 times and used 5 exclamation points.
See, that's a mistake, because if it was just 3 exclamation points, he could. If it's over 3, it's premeditated.
Yeah, it's adamantly premeditated.
Yeah, it is loudly premeditated. Yeah, so just plop that into your OmniFocus. Replace the smoke detector batteries. Do a weekly review of those reports, and then just straight up as cold murder.
Kill your kids in their sleep with a hammer.
Teach you to ruin my Taylor Swift contest. Oh man. Lace their put moon rocks in their humidifier.
Oh no.
Oh, that's the worst. Nobody would even know. It's like ricin. It takes like 3 weeks to take effect, and then oh no, it's a tragedy. Who knew? Then people will give you money.
I didn't realize.
Didn't realize what?
Oh, nothing.
Well,
I was just thinking about
now you have to say
Dave Matthews Band song. It was about murder.
Okay.
Satellites. You don't know that.
No, I don't get that reference. Although I'm sure at least one person in this whole wide world besides you will be delighted by that.
Playing Crash at a party.
Yeah. Man, I refuse to listen to that song in the car.
Why?
Let it sink in. Yeah. So I don't know. Chris, do you carry an electronic device around with you when you're going to stores and such?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You're on a list, and not just because of the NSA.
They're following me.
Yeah, I know everybody's following you. Everybody is cloaking it and getting all up in the mix. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Old Navy is one of the most recent companies, but there's a bumper crop of companies that are popping up with new ways to fingerprint and track and scan you using things like magnetic field detection, Bluetooth low energy, sonic pulses, even flashing LED lights at store entrances in order to speak to your cellular phone or other electronic device such as a tablet computer and let you know. They can track you down to 3 feet. So if you're over there standing next to the let's just say like gourmet coffees or whatever, like, oh man, there's a text message. Is it Jeannie? Oh no. Oh wow. At Target. A couple of bucks off of gourmet coffee. Oh, that is tremendous. And then when you get home, like 2 weeks later, like, oh, you need more coffee, don't you? Here's this, and oh man, you better get your blood checked. Yeah, people are willing to provide information such as location to companies if there is a clear value exchange. The opt-in will have to highlight to the consumer that they will be receiving relevant product recommendations based on their locations. Okay, so people are just like willing to give up based on like saving $2. It's coupons. So like some of this stuff works. A company called ByteLight makes software that places LED lights in stores, and then if your phone's camera picks it up, like the boop 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 boop, then it's like, oh, now we know that you're in the Levi's store. Better get some new jeans, right? It's the Wild West of indoor customer location tracking, and no one has emerged as the go-to player.
Some writer has ambition.
Yeah, I know. No, this is a quote. This is a quote from like one person. Swirl uses low-power Bluetooth transmitters about the size of a $50 and scattered throughout the store to connect an app to your phone.
They're in your pineapple chunks.
Yeah, like they're putting it inside the boxes of food that you're buying. And it's funny because I could see that, like, just kind of like, oh, I'm driving by and they're like, American Apparel, save $3 off of buy t-shirts. Awesome. Cool. I'm going to go for that. Awesome. Great. I'm like the ideal customer of this kind of stuff because the things that I buy are so regularized. Like, oh, top sirloin at Meijer, 10% off if you buy on Saturday. Oh, great.
Are you mad?
I think I'm mad about this. I think it's gross. What do you think about technology?
I think that as long as you stay on a parallel track with it, you'll be all right.
I don't know. I just wanted to give people a heads up because your dream technology could end up being a nightmare.
Oh no!
Oh, see, get it? They're onto us.
Got to end the episode.
This has been Those Damn Ross Kids.
Hey, Cole, what can they do?
Well, there are a couple things you can do. You can go to Duckfeed.tv/ThoseDamnRossKids and look at old episodes of the show, and also find us on iTunes where you can rate, review, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Additionally, you can like us on Facebook. That's Facebook.com/ThoseDamnRossKids. Other shows on the network, you may also like The Pitch, which is an excellent show hosted by friend of the show, Gary Butterfield, and his friend, Brayton Cameron. It is hilarious, and it is a relatively low investment time-wise. Additionally, Abject Suffering, which is about video games, but it's also a comedy show about bad video games that you may or may not have played. Otherwise, just kind of keep on checking us out and, recommend us to your friends. If you want to support the network monetarily, you can go to Duckfeed.tv/tipjar, and use the Amazon link. And that helps support the network, helps cover hosting and things like that, which is a non-negligible cost. But y'all been rocking it out recently, so thank you for that. Anything I missed, Chris?
You got it.
Awesome. Sorry, America.
Sorry.